Are you struggling with money? Is money an issue for you? I know it is for a lot of people. Would you like more of it? Most people would. The thing that could be holding you back is your mindset. I'm going to share about that in just a minute. First, let me introduce myself in case you don't know me. Valerie Pugsley, Inspired Strategic Solutions. I'm reading a book, and I could wait until I'm done to share the findings, but then you'd have to wait a long time, and it'd be a long video. And I know most of us, if we're service providers, small business owners, we don't have big chunks of time. So this is a small chunk. Even actually, if you're not that, any of us, right, in our world today, it's just busy. So what I thought I would do is maybe on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, just give you a review of what I've gotten so far. So first, let me show you the book. And I'm not sure if this is backwards or not. It's Thou Shalt Prosper, the second edition, and it's by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. He calls himself the everybody's rabbi, or I think something along those lines. Anyway, this book was recommended to me by a couple of my mentors. I started reading it once before and got a little sidetracked, and I'm back on it again because recently another mentor suggested this for me. So I thought I would just, I'm only about halfway through chapter 1, and there's a ton of things already. So I'm just going to share a couple of things. One is that the first part of the book is the introduction, because he's a rabbi, he's Jewish. No, I'm not. He dispels myths about Jews and monies and some of the stereotypes that are created, and he kind of goes to explain why that isn't true and gives reasons to support that. But the next thing that I pulled out of this book, and I thought it was very interesting, is it talks about how our media, especially in the United States, as well as our education, our entertainment, all of these things, they're very negative about business owners and people who are in business. A lot of times they're going after like big companies, but the reality is that so many of our jobs are provided by small business owners, little businesses. Maybe it's a mom and pop, maybe it's a service provider that just has 2 or 3 employees. If you look at the employees overall, and actually small businesses are a lot bigger than some people would think, but even a company that just has like 25, 50 employees, those companies provide most of the jobs throughout the United States. It's not the big corporations that are providing all the jobs. And even if you look at maybe like some restaurants, a lot of times you might think it's a big corporation. A lot of times those are franchises. So the local restaurant that you're going to, it may be owned by a person, and that's their livelihood. And another thing that he brought up that was interesting while he was talking about this is how that the government a lot of times will, when things don't go wrong, when their programs don't go right, they like to blame business. And in reality, it's the government that is the problem, or the government programs. And he went on to illustrate how government employees, their average wage is way above the wage of most of society. So I thought that was really interesting. And one of the challenges, actually I kind of skipped ahead to the end of the chapter a little bit, but one of the challenges at the end of the chapter, and one that I gave out today at my networking group, was to look around you and notice when business is being demonized and realize that it's not true. If you're a small business owner, is that true of you as a small business owner? I hope not. Now, sure, there are some people who are not good at business, or they have ulterior motives, but I think for most people who are in business, they just are out there wanting to provide solutions for people, to help people, and provide the service or the product to make somebody else's life better, right? I mean, that's what business is all about, us helping make other people's lives better when they have a problem or a situation that needs help. So that was one of the big takeaways so far from the chapter. Another one, I thought it was interesting. Actually, let me just backtrack one little bit. So for people who are Christians, a lot of times this same thing comes from the pulpit as well, that business or making money, they elevate the poverty mindset, make having money negative. So taking it there, let's go into an illustration that he uses from the Bible, and he's talking about in Exodus in the Old Testament when the Israelites escaped from Egypt and they fled Egypt. The movie The 10 Commandments, Ben-Hur, an old movie, right? Crossing crossing the Red Sea. But when they left Egypt, and it took a while for them to be able to get out, but that when they left, they were told to ask for silver, gold, and fabrics, which they did and received. And they were out in the desert for 40 years. So they received enough of that to sustain them through that time and to build the tabernacle, and once they got into the promised land, to be able to get it set up. I just thought that was kind of interesting from a money mindset, kind of counterintuitive to things that we might hear on a regular basis as it relates to money and things in the Bible. Those were the, there was a few others, but it will go on and on. I just wanted to throw those out there and share them with you. I'd love to hear what you think. Put your comments in the comments below. Also, if you're not following this page, I encourage you to follow it. You also might want to turn on notifications so you know when I do future lives. I'll be doing a lot more in August. I'm going to be part of a challenge. So I'd love to hear what kind of struggles you're having in your business as well, so that maybe I can help you, or I can put together some content during that time that's going to help you. That's it for now. I'll be back in another week or two, depending on how long it takes me to get through another chunk of this book with some more insights and findings. Again, like the page, turn on notifications. You also might want to sign up for my emails too. There's things that I share only there, so you can get some benefit from that as well. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye for now.